Okay, we're gonna make a 2-point perspective drawing, and we're gonna draw 3 windows on our paper. And our first step is that we need to draw a horizon line across the middle of our page. So about halfway down, and I'm gonna use a T-square to do this. About halfway down, I'm gonna draw a line across our page here. And next, we're gonna put 2 small X's near the edge of the page on that horizon line. So this is our horizon line, and this is gonna be one of our vanishing points, and this is gonna be another vanishing point right here. The next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna draw 3 vertical lines, and I'm gonna use my T-square again so that I know they're vertical, and I can use the edge of the table to slide this and know that my lines are vertical, straight up and down. So I'm gonna put one line right up here, about 3.5 inches or so. I'm gonna put another line that's gonna run through our horizon line, go across there. Then I'm gonna do one more line down at the bottom here, underneath our horizon line. And our next step is we're gonna take a ruler and we're gonna place it, lining it up with the very top of one of our lines, and the other side of the ruler needs to line up with our vanishing point. So we're only making 2 types of lines in this drawing, ones that line up with the vanishing point or lines that are vertical. And I'm gonna connect this back. And I know my shape's gonna be about that big, but I still wanna double check that it's going back to the horizon line. And I'm gonna do the same at the top of the other one here, connecting it. Making very light lines going back to the vanishing point, because I know those are going to be erased later. And I'll keep going. And I'm going to do the same for my other shapes too. There we go, we got our lines, and we're on to the next step. So we're gonna close off these shapes now. I'm gonna use my T-square again to get my vertical lines, and I'm gonna close off these shapes, making them a cube. Then we're going to add our lines that are going to complete the shape. The shape that is above the horizon line, we're going to see the bottom of that shape. The one that goes through the horizon line, we're not going to see the top or the bottom. And the one that's below the horizon line, we're going to be able to see the top of that shape. So we're still connecting to our vanishing point and part of our cube. And same connecting to the other vanishing point as well. And for this one, connect to the vanishing point and the top. There we go. Now we're gonna make a little cutout or window into our shapes. So I'm gonna get my T-square out again, and I'm gonna make a vertical line here and a vertical line on here. And I'll do the same on my next shape. And then we're gonna do our same process of using our ruler and connecting our lines back to our vanishing point. All right, next we can draw the ceiling into this one because we're looking up from the horizon line. We're looking up into the shape. So we can connect the top of this to the vanishing point over here and draw what would be a ceiling in that shape. The one that's below the horizon line, we're gonna draw what would be the floor into that shape, looking down at it. There we go. And finally, we can erase some of the extra lines that we have and clean up the drawing a little bit. Once you get going with this kind of a drawing, you don't have to make all these lines going back to the vanishing point, but it's a nice visual showing that every line you make is going to be either straight up and down or is going to be going back, lining up with one of those vanishing points. There we go. We are done with our 3-window 2-point perspective drawing.